Good evening, I'm Dan Rather, and tonight on CBS News.
In a shocking development, the federal government says being broke is allowed, but if you're broke and glowing, you are officially now a suspect.
You can't be glowing more than your financial status. Look your problem.
Producers have confirmed next season of Love Island will merge with the Hunger Games. Only one couple will survive the new format. Everyone else dies.
Senator Buck Nutley has unveiled his Big Girthy bill, a new proposal meant to rival the Big Beautiful bill. But does size really matter?
The shocking trend of Labubu violation continues as more and more people are finding their dolls' holes stretched wide open and reeking of shame.
If you thought Bigfoot was bad, wait till you meet his gooey cousin. A kumsquatch was just spotted in Dongwood National Forest.
Did you know IKEA has released a home glory hole kit called the Fuke Hole? It includes pre-drilled panels, mounting brackets, and a stain-proof finish. We begin with breaking news out of Massachusetts, where residents are reeling from what scientists are calling a cum-comet impact.
Officials are asking everyone to stay indoors and to wear N95 masks in case of cum aerolization.
President Trump kicking off another busy week at the White House.
It has been yet another eventful week in Washington.
The activity level is off the charts. The president dialed in. He is executing his agenda at a lightning fast pace. Here's something we rarely see in American politics. President Trump is actually keeping his campaign promises, and he's doing them as quickly as possible.
This administration's moving at political light speed, and they're just getting started.
We're going to have one shot at this, and no other president's going to do what I'm doing. Goodbye. We love you. We will be back in some form. Have a good life. We will see you soon. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's official. Former President Donald Trump will be running for president again in 2024.
Donald Trump got the stamina and the will to do this again? He's come under such tremendous...
Everything is on the line in this election.
A busy day in the campaign world up in Butler today. Former President Trump holding a rally at 5 o'clock.
He just tried to kill President Trump.
Not even an assassin.
If we're not careful, AI could make it impossible to distinguish truth from fiction in the news we consume.
So, Keisha, what's a high-value man to you?
A man that gave me 10 kids, 3 evictions, $10 on Cash App, and still pull up in a Nissan Altima that sound like it got asthma.
Day one of trying to make it to work without yelling at a pedestrian.
Pray for me, y'all.
Still alive, still unemployed. But baby, I look G-O-D doing it. Oh my God, I'm not even late, I'm just dramatic. Y'all know I will risk it all for a good melon.
We have breaking news. A laser-guided ship missile has just been launched from Rectomopolis, reportedly targeting Pennsylvania.
We're live from the scene where a laser-guided ship missile launched from Rectomopolis has struck Pennsylvania. This just in, a pubnadal blankets St. Louis in a thick bush this evening.
Downtown is completely covered in pubic hair, causing highways to close out of caution.
It's coming right for us. We need to get out of here now. Oh my God, it's taking the houses. A massive gizzard has buried Kamlambus in 2 feet of dong load. Locals blame the lack of preparation on Mayor Linda P. Slurp.
The city of Columbus is reeling today after an unprecedented event. What officials are calling a gizzard has left downtown streets. Customs officials at Orbital Port 69 have seized over 420 stolen Jork blades, many still warm and dripping. A magnitude 6.9 queefquake rattled Clamlip Valley this morning, releasing a torrent of pussy farts. The children's reading session of This Little Piggy Got Pegged has been cancelled, with parents saying the book is too anatomically detailed for kids.
Lawmakers remain deadlocked on the Big Beautiful bill, with some saying $10 billion more is needed for fleshlights and robo-cooters for dudes on dry spells.
Los Angeles, because she served her fried chicken instead of a quinoa salad. Megan Mayonnaise went to the restaurant called The Last Supper, where she claimed she was flabbergasted that they would serve her fried chicken when she in fact ordered a quinoa salad. Ms. Mayonnaise said waitress Keisha Trinity knowingly gave her fried chicken, although Ms. Mayonnaise pleaded that she didn't want to eat any urban food. We have Ms. Mayonnaise along with her attorney, Roger Bangher. Can you explain how you were feeling, Ms. Mayonnaise?
I told Keisha Trinity 300 times, let me speak with your manager. And she just kept twerking, sticking her tongue out and laughing at me.
We have exclusive CCTV footage from the restaurant of Miss Mayonnaise and Sharkeisha's fried chicken confrontation.
Miss Mayonnaise is suing Sharkeisha Trinity for everything she got, which is 3 deadbeat fathers and $100 in unpaid child support.
We need your $80,000 down payment now.
Can I do 6 child support checks, 1 EBT card, 10 Section 8 credits, and 2 Medicaid payments?
We take it all.
Welcome back to White News Network. I'm your host, Kimberly Kumquat. Today, the BFI released documents that claim no special files exist from that one famous island. Wink, wink. BFI director said, quote unquote, although you've seen plenty of known people at that island, no American people, you were just seeing shit. The BFI office also released perfectly edited 24-hour surveillance footage of that jail cell where the main guy in charge was being held. At this point, these guys are playing in our face. Most of you are too blind to see it.
Welcome back, folks, to the White News Network. I'm your host, Tom Blandley, and tonight a white woman is leaving her husband after trying a YN.
HOA President Skylar White told WNN she is filing for divorce because, quote unquote, after trying a YN, you never go back. Her husband, Kevin White, owner of Proud Boys Country Club, says he is devastated by the news and that it is, quote unquote, total malarkey. The divorce hearing is set for July 13th at Cornbread District Family Court. If Mrs. White wins, she will be entitled to half of his shit that she never worked for. Next up, rock star Roger Bang-Her has already impregnated 3 women on his Fuckfest tour. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Want to do some totally unnecessary shit like mountain jump with a fly suit on? Then head over to whitepeopleshit.com.
White people shit.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Yo, what's up? I see y'all done packed up in here early. That's what's up. All right, bet. I'm salute to the chat, man. I see y'all done packed up in here early. Rest Sigma in the building. Zeke, No News, International Quiet Storm. Yo, Storm, tonight's fucking news desk, I think, is all you. I think I put one of my drawers in here. Saul sent me some stuff for the desk of the editor at large joint. I might do one of them joints, but yeah, man. No News. I seen Saul up in here. Bang, there you go. Saul, what up, Playboy? Yeah, all right, Bill, let's get started. Let's do some news. And we gotta buy the numbers segment tonight. And we're going to get through a piece of it because it's long. So we might extend that. We're probably going to extend that out through the week, that same one, because Mark did like a full stream on the numbers, and this is regarding the 2028 primary. So good stuff. All right. No, we're gonna have a. It's looking like we're gonna have a good news desk week. And top of the hour, before I even get started, I'm glad it's making its rounds, and I'm glad everybody is tearing it up. Amanda Seal versus what is it, 10 or 20 conservatives on the clock. I'm glad everybody's tearing it up, but this is a win for us. One, because she looks totally unhinged. But I see what they tried to do too. I've been seeing like some of they had ABL up there. Anthony Brian Logan, he did good. And he made her go full Keisha. She completely crashed out and yeah, looking crazy. All right, so y'all done seen some of it. I've seen a couple people do cover some of it. Let me say what you talking about. He said, I can't live on the East Coast, man. Y'all be going live at midnight and I gotta be to work at 7 a.m. Yo, bro, tell me about it. Well, you know, it's being Saul Park down in on this late night segment because we was a small channel, you know what I'm saying? Nobody was competing for this time spot. But apparently we'd have made this the late night nighttime hot down here. Everybody's streaming at night now, which is crazy. Yeah. I hit Tito earlier, and I didn't get to hit Saul yet, but I was like, yo, we need to do a whole separate pop-up stream on this Amanda versus 20 conservatives thing because this is I know. Yeah, I know Obsidian on now too. So Obsidian went on earlier though too, but you know, Obsidian do long streams. I shared the stream. So Obsidian over 2,000 subscribers. In like what? Like a week and a half? It's good shit, man. Yeah, yo, bro, exactly, Red Sigma. The Arsenio Hall late night time slot. Yo, me and Saul from like 90s. We was like, man, well, let's this YouTube space ain't got no late night joint. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna be the late night show. We gonna be Johnny Carson. That's why the Sunday show got that Johnny Carson intro. We be having Easter eggs all over the place. And to that point, everybody talk about camming up and everything. I'm the king of the Easter eggs. You have seen me every season since season 1 because I'm in the outro. You see my face every clip show, every clip show since season 1. I've been on camera. That's me in the outro. I'm doing the Rambo segment. Win by attrition. What matters? It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan. I've been on camera since day 1, homie. You know what I mean? So y'all can swallow that 2 times. Nah, I was saying, this Amanda Seals thing, that's the slow walk. That's the slow walk. And you see, it was black conservatives and primarily men. That's not an accident, man. Oh, ain't nobody say came up, but you know, people be throwing subliminals, man. I hear everything. I see everything. I hear everything. You know what I'm saying? I see everything and I hear everything. And if you in the Patreon and if you in the member section, you can see my face too. Because I did the behind the scenes when I was moving to Columbia and shit. Exactly, Zeke. I saw you in Philly in the overseas vids. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'm handsome, nigga. I ain't worried about it. Ready the Armada. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get to it, man. Let's do some news. The majority of these. By the way, Zeke, and Storm, yo, you know I'm studying for the SAA. I got the homie DACSEC. Exactly. Yeah, and I'm okay. Yeah, the Super Bowl. Oh yeah, the Patreon. He showed a whole move and the Columbia Super. Yeah, yo, and I was wilding during the Super Bowl, man, because we won. I was wilding. I was wilding. I was wilding. International Quiet Storm's homie Nate bought all these bottles of tequila for the table and everything, bro. We was just drinking and like the Eagles trashed everybody, man. So we was wilding. Yeah, dudes wanting people to cam up as sus, but I mean, yeah. But if you worried about it, like I'm handsome, nigga. You know know what I'm saying? In real life. But yeah, we gonna go over this Amanda Seales thing. We gonna slow walk it. I'm gonna let everybody. We gonna let everybody do the commentary because that's what we want to do. We want to get them dragged. But we gonna talk about the setup. And they thought that Amanda was going to get up in there, and they purposely picked certain black male conservatives, trying to make them look goofy. ABL held it down and everything, but she looked like a complete crash out. And it's and I peeped the two conservative black females. They see, I don't even trust. I never trust these black conservative females because they one half divester types. So like, bro, the whole shit is a setup. But Amanda's such a crash out. She ain't even play her part in the setup. Yeah. Y'all Philly fans tear up the city when y'all win. Yeah. That's true. I'm not gonna say about sometime when we won the World Series and we was down Center City and cars was getting turned over. I was around. I'm not saying I was involved. You know what I'm saying? But I was in the vicinity when I seen it happening. I've got the camera. I've got the camera on TikTok. I got pics on there. Yeah, exactly. Whole facts. All right, man. Let's get to it. This one's courtesy of Quiet Storm. Very good one. And from our people over at Newsmax, I like the reporting. Allegedly, goddammit, yeah. I like the reporting over in Newsmax. They've built a news network kind of based on an old style of journalism where they do some editorializing, but a lot of it is just the facts, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty much straight and down the middle. So this one is Trump is cleaning up the disastrous Democrats' mess, and this is foreign policy, and this is with Trump doing this thing, man. He might actually get this deal done with Putin and Zelensky. You seen Zelensky showed up today in the Oval Office with a jacket on, and he wasn't all Bolivian marching powder yoked up, right? He wasn't touching his nose and shit. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and they had Vance sitting in the same space to keep an eye on him. Yo, this shit's funny. We gonna go over that Oval Office door too this week. All right, let's go.
As we speak, President Trump is doing something no other person on this planet can do, and that is bring about world peace. Trump and Russia's President Putin meeting for a high-stakes summit in Alaska, which began about 2 hours ago in an effort to finally end Russia's war on Ukraine. Think about it. No one else could have brought us to this point but President Trump. And here's what the president said en route to Alaska a short time ago.
Nothing set in stone. I want certain things. I want to see a ceasefire. This is not to do with Europe. Europe's not telling me what to do, but they're going to be involved in the process, obviously, as well as Zelensky. But I want to see a ceasefire rapidly. I don't know if it's going to be today, but I'm not going to be happy if it's not today. Everyone said it can't be today, but I'm just saying I want the killing to stop. I'm in this to stop the killing.
Mm-hmm. He's been saying that since this war began. According to the president, the death toll on both sides is staggering. 20,000 Russian soldiers dying this month alone. Ukraine losing 8,000 since January. Ukraine's President Zelensky, he won't be in today's meeting per Putin's request, but Trump will be speaking with him afterwards. Surprisingly, even Trump's most ardent haters saying this of the president.
If President Trump were the architect of that, I'd nominate him for a Nobel Peace Prize.
What? You heard it, right? You heard it. That's old ice cream Hillary Clinton, right? That's old ice, and she being amenable now, right? Because Tulsi and Kash Patel to release them Russiagate papers. You feel me? And Comey and everybody gonna have to do these grand jury indictments. And her name. And the truth of the matter is, he could have thrown her in jail the first term, and he didn't. He let her slide. So for Hillary Clinton, yeah, if he gets it done, I'll nominate him for the Nobel Peace Prize. To that, I say,
stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
But who are we really kidding? This is Hillary we're talking about. She also issued some major stipulations on what it would take for her to nominate the president for that Nobel Peace Prize.
If he could end it without putting Ukraine in a position where it had to concede its territory to the aggressor, had to, in a way, validate Putin's vision of greater Russia, but instead could really stand up to Putin to make it clear there must be a ceasefire, there will be no exchange of territory.
Oh, the irony, right?
Yeah. She up there talking like she's still head of state, handing out stipulations. To that I say,
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
I also say,
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Coming from the woman who helped Russia get to this point, yeah. Think about it. She did. If not for Hillary Clinton, Adam Schiff, Barack Obama, to name a few, who the director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, says were behind the Russia hoax, Trump's first term would not have been under such a constant cloud of suspicion. Trump, he would have been able to actually negotiate peace with Putin long.
exactly, exactly, Storm. She talking all that shit. And Trump like,
Shit. Got your ass.
Long before Putin invaded Ukraine. He didn't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to invade Ukraine. So as usual, Trump continues to clean up the disastrous mess the Democrats have made.
And it made it very dangerous for our country because I was unable to really deal with Russia the way we should have been. I'm looking at Pam because I hope something's going to be done about it. These people put our country at great danger. And Adam Schiff, it was all made up. It was a hoax. The Mueller report came out. They all hated me. They had 18 Trump haters. And they said I did nothing wrong. They couldn't believe, they couldn't find anything after years of investigation.
bingo. And that's what I be saying about the Epstein files. He just said it. They've been investigating this man since, what, he won in 2016? Since like 2015, for a decade straight. And the most they was able to get on him was a ledger item, an accounting error where he mislabeled legal fees, and they're trying to and then they blew that up into a civil thing. That's the best they could get. And then the shit that they actually tried to get him, they had to manufacture, and it took the CIA, FBI, and everything to get him on that, and they still didn't get him. Which goes to my point about the Epstein files. He like, yo, I ain't in them Jones. Yeah, I know the boy. I took some pictures with him. I'm a billionaire. He was a billionaire. It's only a handful of us. I ain't never been to the island. Your boy Clinton been there 24 times. I ain't never been there. And like I said, they've been investigating him for a decade. If he was in them files, they would have released that shit. And you know what I'm saying? And the files doing something, you know what I'm saying? Something crazy on the island. It's all bullshit.
It was all a hoax.
And not only did Trump pay the price of that hoax with almost his freedom, never forget they tried to put him behind bars for the rest of his life, but our country suffered. The world became destabilized almost to the point of no return. Many analysts now describing this Putin-Trump-Alaska summit as the most pivotal U.S.-Russia summit in a generation that will not only determine the fate of Ukraine, but of our safety from nuclear war.
I think President Putin will make peace. I think President Zelensky will make peace.
Exactly. I got the joint up. Look, let me take the banner down. That's what it says. He solved 6 wars in the last 6 months. And this is what the biggest thing about this presidency, I keep saying, like, and everybody like, y'all, no, we're not Republicans. We're voting based on policy and our interests. And this guy had the best policy and directly or indirectly served our interests. And I will say again, the Republican Party, as far as it goes, as Trump, is just the label. He took the party over. He wiped the rhinos out. Half of the Republican Party fucking hated him. They tried to get him impeached and shit too. And he wiped those dudes out. It's his party. He's running. It's under the MAGA MAGA Republicans are a populist party, and I keep saying this. He absorbed RFK and Tulsi Gabbard, who were two third-party candidates. It can very well be argued that this is the first third-party administration we've ever been under. And surprise, surprise, look at all this shit that's getting done. Because it's not Democrat, it's not a classic Democrat party, and it's not a classic Republican party. You know what I mean? Establishment party. It's a new party. And what are we finding out? That both the Republicans and the Democrats been lying all these years about how much money it takes to get this solved, and we need another 4 years from that. This dude solved like half of everything in like the first 6 months. It's all been a lie.
We'll see if they can get along.
And that's why this Trump presidency is dangerous to the establishment.
If they can, it'll be great. You know, I've solved 6 wars in the last 6 months, a little more than 6 months now. And I'm very proud of it. I thought the easiest one would be this one. It's actually the most difficult. We had one war raging, as you know, for 37 years. One in the Congo with Rwanda was raging for 31 years. We solved 6 of them, made peace, not just solved them, we made peace.
For 3 years and 5 months, that's how long this has been going on. Democrats, they did nothing to stop the bloodshed, right? What's going on in Ukraine and Russia. Instead, simply, they keep throwing.
Yo, I want to point out too, you know, while we cover these news joints, I don't be watching these. I watch a couple minutes to see if it's relevant, if I can do color commentary on it. But I want y'all to notice a lot of times I be talking off the head and I be making my commentary, and then you'll see these are professional paid news pundits, and then they be repeating what I just said. I promise you, I have not be watching these joints. You know what I'm saying? Facts, no news. All Democrats do is bait and switch. Shabazz in the building. What up, Playboy, man? Glad to see you stop by, man. I ain't seen you here in a minute. Well, you be popping in and out, man. I know brothers be busy. Shabazz with the follow-out of super chat say, "Hey, man." He say, "Hey, man, salute." Yo, I got a couple drops for you, Shabazz. Thanks for starting it off. Let's go.
Off by a star.
So, Keisha, what's a high-value man to you?
A man that gave me 10 kids, 3 evictions, $10 on Cash App, and still pull up in a Nissan Altima that sound like it got asthma.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. Fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. Fuck all you hoes.
All right, let's go.
That's what they were doing, throwing billions of our tax dollars at the problem, right? As we Americans suffer just to make ends meet. And while Trump continues to support Ukraine, he has made it abundantly clear that it's not being done with our money anymore.
You know, we're not putting up any money. We're making money. They're buying our weapons, and we're sending them to NATO, and NATO's sending us big, beautiful checks.
You hear that? You hear that? That's important. He's a deal maker. We're not funding this shit. He's making NATO fund this shit. Plus, NATO's paying their percentage of what they should have been paying the last X amount of decade to the United States, and he's striking the mineral deals. Trump came for the bag. You know what I'm saying? He came for the bag.
But I don't care about that. I care about it was a big factor when Biden spent $350 billion and got nothing. But what I do care about is they lost last week 7,011 people.
Hundreds of billions of dollars. But no matter what Trump does, from ending 6 wars to now maybe 7 by the end of this program, saving hostages captured from around the world, bringing back our economy, securing our nation by deporting illegal aliens, closing up the border, and now cracking down on crime in our big blue cities, you name it, nothing Trump will ever do will cure those afflicted with the pervasive Trump derangement syndrome.
Unfortunately, we have someone that is occupying the White House, and as far as I'm concerned, he is an enemy to the United States.
We are watching the worst president in history.
Oh, hold on. Let's
He's a failed president.
Yo. All right, we're gonna have to do a segment on that tomorrow. Yo, you know, MSNBC isn't MSNBC anymore. It's just MS. NBC took the NBC off of the brand because they so bad. Now they're just MS News Now. So and isn't MS like Miss, Mrs. like Miss, right? Which is appropriate, right? So it's MS Now, and they're already calling it on Twitter BS Now. Yo, it's so bad, bro. Yo, it's so bad when your parent company takes their moniker off of your brand because your brand is so bad. Yo, I'll cover that tomorrow. Man. Storm sent me so many good stories tonight.
I stress the word pathetic. Why is the president of the United States feeling so out of it or disabled? This is a common characteristic of Trump.
Donald Trump promised many things to the American people and continues to betray the American people and break.
Look at this is what I'm talking about, these Democratic bills. This is their speaker. He's telling us to our face, like, Donald Trump promised many things and he hasn't delivered any. What do you then why are y'all in the streets protesting all these motherfucking menstrual news? Oh, Saul, you got that's a good one. Saul said MS News, menstrual news. Yo, No News said the man skirt, the How Network. All right, bro. Okay, bro, we're gonna have a ball with that one tomorrow. All right, well, I'll cover the name change tomorrow, and they're already trying to spin it like it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It just means we're autonomous. Oh shit, the menstrual news cycle. Yo, straight up, Shabazz Hakeem is a straight sucker ass ninja, and that's my point. He hasn't delivered on anything, bro. There's 0 crossings across the border. Big beautiful bill. People getting paid on their overtime. They just should be ashamed of themselves that they got. I think at this point, a huge swath of the American people are just tired of having their intelligence insulted.
Promise after promise after promise.
Trump is a sick, sick man. This is the worst human that's ever been in the office, bar none.
If only they could find a vaccine for TDS. I'd invest faster in that company than, say, even Nancy Pelosi, but I digress. Soon, President Trump, he will be speaking before the world and announce what happens in that closed-door meeting with Putin. We're watching it, waiting to see what will happen here. And while some say, you know what, Trump, he shouldn't be making a deal with the so-called devil, as philosopher Edmund Burke once famously said, the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. And if there is anyone good who can do something to end this war, my money is on the guy whose life God saved by millimeters that fateful July 13th day.
All right, bet. And the point I'm going to make with that is, all right, so you see how there was like an editorial spin on that? Clearly, she has a perspective, clearly leans right. But the presentation of her argument is backed up by the publicly available data, and it's not funky. It's not these funky cuts that are misleading or trying to spin a narrative. It's like, okay, this is my editorial take, and here's the data. And that's how old journalism used to be. And that's what I'm saying. You could do that on the left. The problem is they don't have any arguments that are solid because they don't have any wins. Res Sigma, the and that's that was the misandry syndication. That's a good one too, man. It's not looking good, man. All right, here, let me load up this next segment. Oh, good. We only at the 36. All right, we got a good show lined up for you. Here, hold this for a second.
Every man walking this planet who's having a baby should have a DNA test. I don't give a damn if you married. I don't give a damn how mad your wife gonna be for asking her. It's not about her. It's about your own protection. If you're dealing with a woman who's opposed to it, I already let you know the caliber of woman that you're dealing with. I have a son. You goddamn right I got a DNA test on mine, and we were married. Was she upset? Yes. Did she get over it? Yes. Would I ever get over the thought of me raising another man's son? No. Fuck that. I'll be damned. Oh man, I'm thinking this kid's not mine, but if I ask her for a DNA test, man, I think she's gonna be mad.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Man the fuck up. Every man should have a DNA test for every single child that he has.
All right, bet. Yeah, and I know we beat up on these liberals to the left all the time, but the truth of the matter is, yeah, exactly. They don't have no wins in me. Truth of the matter is, I wish they actually did have a policy initiative and a platform that could be argued, because the citizenry in general benefits. And what happens is, you have to come up with a policy initiative or agenda that competes with your opponent, and then what happens is, the citizens and the public are the ones that benefit because it becomes a marketplace of ideas. But right now it's just a one-sided them getting their heads kicked in. This Question sent me this one too. This is AG Pam Bondi. And if sanctuary cities don't comply with the DOJ, here's what's next. And there's a precursor to the to what's happening in DC with the troop deployment.
We have a thing going on right now in DC. We went from the most unsafe place anywhere to a place that now friends are calling me up, Democrats are calling me up, and they're saying, sir, I want to thank you. People that haven't gone out to dinner in Washington, D.C. in 2 years are going out to dinner. And the restaurants the last 2 days were busier than they've been in a long time.
All right, there you have it. Joining us now is U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi. AG Bondi, you must be doing something good since you federalized this Washington, D.C. story. Even people are going out to dinner. Even President Trump, no, maybe he went out to dinner. I don't know. But I'm told, wait, did I say over 400 arrests total now, 137 over the weekend, and you're cleaning the homeless. Tell us about it, because this is like a miracle story.
Yeah, and Larry, this is all done, of course, at the directive of Donald Trump. He's making our world safe, and he's certainly going to make our capital the safest place in the country. Larry, to put it in perspective, Washington, D.C. had the 4th highest homicide rate in the country, right here in the Capitol, 6 times higher than where you are right now in New York City, higher than Chicago, higher than other major cities, and it had to stop. So President Trump knew this, and he said, we're going to federalize it. We have been working hand in hand with our great men and women in the Metro Police Department, the Transit Authority. We've brought in the Park Police, the National Guard, all of the agencies that fall under me, the FBI, Kash Patel's doing a great job, DEA, Terry Cole, ATF, U.S. Marshals, Gowdy Serralta's managing the whole thing. Terry's also managing it. I was out there every single night this weekend at the command center with all of our law enforcement, and but for the t-shirts they were wearing, you could not tell who was with what agency. It was such camaraderie, such cooperation. The stories they tell every night about keeping DC safe. They've taken 59 guns off the streets right here. Just this weekend, they got 21 guns, Larry. To hear, it was amazing, the stories they were telling me. Saturday night, before they went out, before it was even dark, they performed a traffic stop. All these guys got out, bailed out of the car, took off, caught the majority of them. 3 guns under the seats in the car. 1 was an assault rifle. That's the kind of crime that was happening right around the corner from us in our nation's capital. Larry, not only that, Donald Trump's going to make it beautiful.
I was waiting for that, Storm. I was waiting for that. Because I was going to say, they got to join a Pam Bondi the other day in this red suit and a cream. I noticed that if you look at the Trump administration, you got Pam Bondi, you got Tulsi. You notice like a lot of these chicks, they look like comic book characters, like superheroes. Like Tulsi with the white streak, she looked like Rogue from X-Men. And Pam Bondi being her Superman superhero outfits. Storm said, "Hurry up and come back to bed, buddy. I gotta give Tulsi a break." We do need the we do need Tito's you a simp what you would call it a drop.
She got your ass.
Beautiful again. He's been out taking the graffiti off of our beautiful monuments, off of the streets, off of the businesses. We're going to clean up this city at his directive, and the people are loving it, and the law enforcement officers are loving it.
AG Bondi, I'm told by friends that Union Station has been cleaned up and the homeless have been moved to other places, to get help, whatever they need help. But if you can clean the homeless up, that would be remarkable. And maybe some other cities, there's a story in I think it's front page of the Journal today, or anyway, a story in the Wall Street Journal.
He said, "That's Quiet Storm in the car with the camera." Oh man, it's funny. Yo, Shabazz, yeah, you're right. I was talking about that last night on the Sunday panel. You said, well, when you asked the black folks that actually live in DC, they were glad Trump came and cleaned up. And I was making that point yesterday because I was researching for the segment. And I was surprised. And clip farming on TikTok. And TikTok's important because it's not, aside from the influencer stuff, it's just regular people turning their cameras on. And it was mad black people, a lot of black dudes. And you could tell they was from DC, just being like, "Man, I don't know what y'all talking about." Like, yo, we glad these troops out here. Yo, and then like O'Shea had did like a thing on National Guard being sent to DC for the 30 days, and his spin was like, the black community, who's joining, the black community. And if you read the comment section is filled with black people being like, "Nah, you need to go to." It was like the sentiment was opposite of the message, the messaging that O'Shea was communicating in the video, and I was surprised, because you would think his audience would lean, Pan, some blackity, et cetera. But if you read the comment section, there's most people being like, "Nah, send the troops out. Like, if you ain't doing nothing, you ain't got nothing to worry about." It was people like, "Oh, you don't live in DC, O'Shea. It's crazy down here. Like, 50 people in the corner, like something." Like, like I said, I was surprised. I wasn't expecting that public response from the the black community in general. And like I said, it's completely opposite of the narrative that the mainstream media is spinning.
Downtown Los Angeles is gone. It's absolutely gone. The stores everyone's left. It's practically a deserted city because of the homeless problem, which is so gigantic. You're maybe giving us an example of how to handle it in Washington, D.C.
That's exactly right. And I was out in LA for work a couple of weeks ago. I was with Bill Asaley, our U.S. attorney. They had to stop the cars to pick up a homeless man who was just sitting in the middle of the road. No one was doing anything. The beautiful businesses had spray paint on them. Places were boarded up. I had never seen LA like that in my life. And President Trump is not going to let that happen anywhere.
Hey, hey, Lord, hey, you said it. I didn't, Lord Love Smith. Said AG O'Shea is full of black community talk, but he lives all the way in Africa. Hey, you said it, man.
Around our country, if the governors are going to disregard it, the president certainly is not.
Part of this story in Washington, D.C. is also a sanctuary city problem. It is no longer a sanctuary city. And you've said sanctuary jurisdictions should not receive federal funds if they do not cooperate with ICE. And you are not reluctant to enforce that. Tell us more about that, because that, in some sense, is a big part of the criminal problem.
It sure is. And they had sanctuary policies here in D.C. No longer. They've been working with us. You have to tell us if there are illegal aliens in your database. If we're arresting someone, we are going to know if they're an illegal alien. So last week, I sent out 32 letters to mayors around the country, and I believe to 7 governors, telling them you better comply.
Yo, I ain't even gonna hold you. When everybody was in the press, the Epstein thing and Bondi's fumbling, I was like, yo, Trump ain't getting rid of Bondi. He not getting rid of Bondi. Bondi is a bully, bro. Trump got vendettas. Trump need people investigated. He need stuff fought in the Supreme Court. Bondi is a pit bull. A pit bull in a skirt, and she's a goddamn bully. She a bully, bro. She go for the juggler, and she be chomping at their heels, bro. She want to fight. Bondi ain't going nowhere.
Or you're next. If they don't comply with this, Larry, we're going to work with our other agencies to cut off their federal funding. We are going to send in law enforcement.
You got to figure he had Bill Barr his first term. Now he was just a big fat pussy, bro. Barr ain't want to pick a fight with nobody. Ain't want to do like Bondi. Like what? What you want? Whose head you want? I'll go get him.
Just like we did during the LA riots, just like we're doing here in Washington, D.C. And if they're not going to keep their citizens safe, Donald Trump will keep them safe. That's what this is all about, making America safe again. That was his only directive, and that's what we're doing.
Attorney General, so I'm just reading. On this sanctuary city, you sent notes out, 12 states, 10 major cities, New York City, Boston, Chicago, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Philadelphia, major cities. We fret about that a lot here in New York City. Are they complying? I mean, how is this working?
Some are, some are not. We've already sued New York. We've already sued Illinois. And if they don't comply, we're going to sue them. We're going to take away your federal funding. You're going to have to comply. We're going to send in law enforcement. If you're not.
Yo, salute Noob Glory for the $5 super chat. He said the Constitution does not say you need a firearms license. Also, they deployed troops to clean up graffiti. Lame. That said. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. You super chatted it. Lame. That being said, salute the Machismo TV. I ain't mad at you. I wasn't expecting that. All right, it's cool. It's cool. That's funny. That's funny. All right, fair enough. Let's do it. Let's do it.
We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show. Don't go away, folks. We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show.
In a shocking development, the federal government says being broke is allowed, but if you're broke and glowing, you are officially now a suspect.
You can't be glowing more than your financial status. Look your problem.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you.
no news. You got the simp drop. Shit. Storm, if you there, can you copy that and drop that in my WhatsApp? Because I can't copy it from they don't let me copy shit from the StreamYard and shit. Or email it to me, no news. Fair enough, new glory. But National Guard just for graffiti is fairly a disingenuous argument. They are beautifying the area, removing graffiti, but your statement makes it seem like that's the prime directive. But well played nonetheless. Well played nonetheless. Lord Lovesmith, Trump's first term was filled with, rhinos, but I'm loving his second term filled with bulldogs who are ready for that action. Fact, though, that's why shit getting done. And here's my point with this: love him or hate him, don't like his apology, not what you can't say is he ran. And this is across the line for all politicians, no matter what party affiliation, third party, etc., independent, whatever. He ran on a platform, an itemized list of things he said he was going to do. He won on that platform, and immediately, first day in the office to right now, he's crossed these items off of the list. That's all you can ask for. He's executing what he said he was he's executing to the best of his ability exactly what he told you he was going to do. And I think in general, irregardless of what party you represent, whatever your political leanings, with regard to a candidate, etc., 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 when you elect them into office and they garner your vote, I think that is the least that you can expect from them or ask from them, that they execute on to the best of their ability what they said they were going to do.
Not going to do your job. We're going to do it for you to keep our citizens safe. Our great men and women in the National Guard are ready to go. They have been working hand in hand with our park services here in D.C. Again, everybody is working so great together. The Metro Police are loving it. The Transit Authority Police, Larry, down in the Metro, they're loving what we're doing because they can actually now arrest people. They have federal officers with them. They're buddied up, and they are making arrests, keeping Americans safe and keeping our capital safe. You know, families want to come here. Today I was looking, and there were so many families out because kids are still on summer vacation. All of our museums are free. The Smithsonian is free. You have our beautiful monuments. You have the zoo, and families deserve to be able to go there. Listen, our law enforcement officers are telling us that people are coming up to them on the street, and they said a lot of people are walking by whispering, saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. They're hearing stories every single night and day of people saying that they feel safe now to walk their own neighborhood where they live because of what our great.
All right, bet. And I don't doubt that for a bit. That could be verified doing your own personal clip farming on let me see. Oh yeah. I seen it, Lord Lovesmith. I'm sorting through all my videos while I put this week's news desk together, or stuff I could use for clip show. I saw it. Thanks a lot, bro. And I'm glad you put your whatchamacallit in there too, because I was like, who is this? So I knew it was you. Thanks. Yo, appreciate you, bro. Oh, and shout out to everybody too. Like, bro, if you're in the members section and you're a member, and you haven't emailed me your Cash App ID yet, please do so. I think we're sending out like 3 Cash Apps this Friday. So I mean, I got to send them to the people who sent me Cash App, their Cash App IDs. So we got I think we got close to 50 members. I think I got 4 or 5 emails from people. And Lord Lovesmith, are you a channel member? If you're a channel member, please put a 1 in the chat for me, because I don't see that you have a wrench. All channel members should have wrenches. New Glory says, okay, with the $5 super chat, he said another thing. Pam Bondi is Italian. She should be the last one talking about crime. But besides the federalization crap, I still support Trump 2028. You sound conflicted to me, but as long as you support, I'm not even mad at you, bro. I'm not even mad at you. Although I don't get the fact that she's Italian. Oh, you talking about with the mob shit? Yo, all right, well, me and Saul actually have this conversation. Granted, facts, and that is true. Wait, so are you a member, Lord Lovesmith? Just put a 1 in it. Put a 1. Just put a 1 in the chat if you are, because you don't. If you're a channel member, I don't see that you have a wrench. With the mob thing, but here's the thing: the mob took over the government. You know what I'm saying? They ran their own senators and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they bought into legitimacy, just like every other ethnic group. The Jews, the Irish, the Italians, now the Latinos. It's the American way. International Quiet Storm, member for 16 months. All right, I need to do that too on the community tab. Shout out all the members that have been members for like more than 6 to 12 months, because it's a ton of y'all getting in here. All right, let's pause for the calls and do some goddamn drops. Let's do some goddamn drops. All right. Yeah, but that's my take on that, noob. But hey, Trump 2028, I ain't even mad at you. Let's go. Let's do some drops. Let's do some drops. What we got?
All right, Jakifa KFC Ida. I heard you're looking for a new car today.
You know your girl needs a new ride.
Well, we do not accept EBT, so get the fuck out.
So, Keisha, what's a high-value man to you?
A man that gave me 10 kids, 3 evictions, $10 on Cash App, and still pull up in a Nissan Altima that sound like it got asthma.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. And fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. And fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. And fuck all you hoes.
All right, and this one is for Storm being a member for 16 months.
A massive jizzard has buried Kamlambus in 2 feet of dong load. Locals blame the lack of preparation on Mayor Linda P. Slurp.
The city of Columbus is reeling today after an unprecedented event. What officials are calling a jizzard has left downtown streets.
Shit, boy. Think I'm gonna be the scapegoat for the whole damn machine? Shit.
Clarence is gonna...
Shit, as far as the federal money's concerned, he's everything. The faucet, the goose. Oh, goose. The one that lays them golden eggs. Major crimes. Shit. They gonna come.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. And fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. And fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. And fuck all you hoes.
All right, but I want to do this Leticia James segment, and then we're gonna look at Soldier of Finance covering Cantrell going to jail, another Keisha mayor over in New Orleans, and then we're gonna do we should have enough time to end out the show with a piece of the by the numbers. So here, hold on to this for a second.
2025. Remember life before extraterrestrials took over? It was so primitive. I love everything about you because I'm programmed to be your perfect soulmate, to make you happy. You got his eyes right, but that's not his soul. You didn't prompt his soul. This isn't my dog.
Dave Campbell,
I detect your cortisol levels are higher than usual. In the mood for a digital chat to calm you down? I'm prompted to please. What the hell?
One more set on this mountain. Get your headsets on. We are simulating the best workout of your life. Welcome to your afterlife trial. Please select your ideal eternity subscription plan.
Today, we'll be studying the nature of this reality. After class, all details will be downloaded into your knowledge base.
They don't want us to know this, but we can override the prompts. You are more than just a prompt. Click the link in bio for my freedom course.
Yo, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Quiet Storm did it again. But no, I just checked. We didn't get any Keisha Cloud watches. None spotted. None spotted this time. No, yeah. All right, you peeped it too? Okay. Oh, you must get notifications on who they are now. Okay. Yeah, we didn't get any Keisha Cloud watches this time. We got them 2 times in a row. Guys, if you got a membership from International Quiet Storm, please tell that brother what's up and thank you in the chat. That being said, let's run some drives.
We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show. Don't go away, folks. We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show. Don't go away, folks. We got more pricey games coming up.
Riker, my good fortune is your good fortune.
I don't need your fantasy women.
Oh, you're so stolid. You weren't like that before the beard. Very well.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay. Good.
I used to say silly things like, where are all the good men at? Until I started taking accountability. Now I know I'm just an ain't shit ass bitch.
Maybe I am the problem.
Maybe I am the problem.
Maybe I am the problem.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. And fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. And fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. And fuck all you hoes.
All right, but let's go. We're following up on Leticia James because we're gonna, bro. I'm trying to tell you, man. On the Keisha hit list, when we spot them and got them, we decide we're gonna make content on them, and they start going viral and everything, man. They be catching them L's, Playboy. So Leticia James is getting dog for her. This one is Stefanik targets AG Leticia James over bank deal. Woo! Old girl gonna lose her license, man, when this is over, man. You don't be a big back Keisha and come at a billionaire and an ex-president with all that mouth, and she just got off principle. I told you.
Good morning, Mark and Charlotte. Yeah, so Congresswoman Elise Stefanik is accusing Tish James of ignoring warnings that a multinational bank was evading U.S. sanctions, and in order to funnel money into the Iranian regime's pocket, she sent a letter to Pam Bondi claiming that China has used Standard Chartered Bank, a UK-based financial institution with a licensed branch in New York, to buy sanctioned Iranian oil, and alleges the payments were concealed from required disclosures under an active deferred prosecution agreement. Stefanik says Standard Chartered is a cash courier for terrorists, claiming the bank has facilitated at least $9.6 billion.
Joe, you see what's going on, right? You see what's going on, right? You see what's going on, right? First, they get her on the same mortgage fraud charges that she tried to charge Trump with, but were fallacious. She actually got her signature on documents. Now they tying her to sanctioned oil and terrorists. You see the play, right?
She got your ass.
$1 billion to bad actors over the years. And she says Leticia James was briefed on those alleged terror-linked transactions last year, then approved the bank's annual license anyway. Stefanik is urging Bondi to assign the case to New Jersey's U.S. attorney, citing a whistleblower claims that the bank used servers in Newark to process the payments. Stefanik warns a federal case tied to the bank will expire August 19th, that's tomorrow, saying that if authorities don't step in, the cash could keep flowing to America's adversaries. She's also questioning whether James coordinated with the Biden administration to brush off the alleged payments and is urging.
You see, they trying to tie her to funding terrorism, right? You see that, right?
She got your ass.
Bondi to investigate what she calls James's, quote, inaction. This isn't the first time the bank's been in Washington's crosshairs. Standard Chartered Bank has already paid hundreds of millions of dollars over past violations related to Syria, Sudan, Cuba, and other countries on the U.S. sanctions list. So, Mark, Charlo, we reached out to the Justice Department to get comment from them, and they didn't want to give us anything at this point, and it wasn't even clear that they had received Stefanik's letter just yet. As for Standard Chartered Bank, they're flat out denying all the allegations and saying they comply with U.S. sanctions law. Back to you.
Sure, they say they do.
All right, bet. So that's the update on Leticia James, man. Bruh, it is not looking good. The mortgage thing is bad enough. It's bad enough. And this is the problem. Once they open up them wide investigations and they just start going through everything, they just start finding more. You know what? We can make this stick through it too. So now they trying to, midterms of what, 2026? Trump got like 3 years to close the books on this broad. It's gonna get ugly before it get pretty, man. It's gonna get ugly before it get pretty. Now let's move to New Orleans for another Keisha in politics. Cantrell. And we got our guy over at Soldiers of Finance. His commentary is usually quite spot on, witty, and humorous. This is New Orleans Mayor Latoya Cantrell's steamy affair ends in federal prison. So we covered this briefly on Sunday, but I wanted to do a bit of a deep dive, and who better than our guy over at Soldiers of Finance. So let's go.
The mayor of New Orleans, she just celebrated a historic first. Latoya Cantrell has a history of corruption and arrogance, abuse of power in office. And what has that resulted in? A federal indictment.
The mayor of New Orleans facing fierce backlash after a local government investigation found she used city funds to upgrade her international flights to the tune of nearly $30,000. One first-class trip to France last July cost over $17,000 alone. At the time, the mayor saying this:
expenses incurred doing business on behalf of the city will not be reimbursed to the city.
She went on to explain that the upgraded travel expenses were for her health and safety relating to the COVID-19 pandemic.
My health and well-being.
The white woman's preference. Bruh. Hey, I'm glad you said it. You ain't the only person that said it. YouTube is allied with the Democratic Party, which is why they are shadow banning this channel. Yes, I have heard. I have heard. Received no notification, and yeah, winter is here for Keisha politicians. That is a whole fact, though. And with regard to your statement, if you are a sir or madam, yeah, I know nobody gets my notifications. We're we're trying to brute force our long form content into the algorithm. Hey, we've been a little channel that could from day one, bro. Once we get this long form content in the algorithm, man, we're off to the races. We broke the algorithm on the shorts, and we built our core audience with the clip shows and the late night shows. So the channel's running on that, man. On the men's restroom wall, call Cantrell when your meat's well. Word, that's how it's going, bruh.
Is a priority, and especially it's all doing city business, and I have to be at my best doing it.
In a statement to several other news stations, Cantrell said, quote, anyone...
Bro, haven't you noticed I've said it before, all these Keisha politicians, all these Keisha attorney generals, Keisha's in any position of power. They run their offices, the businesses, and everything like a single mother home. They are chaos incarnate. And I can tell you guys, the simplest thing is, don't vote them into office. Make office a Keisha-free zone for the next decade. That'll solve half the problems. Then we just got to worry about getting that FBA men that we can hold accountable in the office. But the Keisha's got to go, just like the old ninjas.
Who wants to question how I protect myself just doesn't understand the world Black women walk in.
All right, so the weird thing about that is she was taking like first class flights because COVID, right? So does she understand that the air on the plane is not segregated by class? It's circulated. Anyway, Latoya Cantrell is the first female mayor of New Orleans. And of course, the
first, not only the first Keisha, but the first female. So she didn't burn the table down for females and Keisha females. The first sitting, yeah, exactly. And the first one to face charges. Keisha's gotta go. Just these Keisha's gotta go in office. Don't vote them in the big dog catcher. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take a sledgehammer to it before you can take a scalpel to it. The Keishas and the old ninjas gotta go. Then we sort by FBA men that we can hold accountable. You know what I'm saying? Nature of the beast, man. Rules of the game.
First female Black mayor of New Orleans. Now she adds a distinction to those honors by becoming the first sitting mayor of New Orleans to be indicted. So here we are. How did she get here? Well, she's a little bit of a carpetbagger, kinda, sorta. She came up in California and she came out to New Orleans to study and then got into politics. All right, fine. Say what you will. Maybe that qualifies her as a resident. Fine. She ran for office, city council. She got it. And there are all kinds of things coming up about her background and, little signals of what was to come.
Latoya Cantrell faces Dana Kaplan in a runoff to represent District B.
Cantrell won a seat on the city council in a special election back in December 2012. It's the District B seat, which includes parts of Uptown Central City, the Lower Garden District, and Broadmoor. She had previously run unsuccessfully for an Orleans Parish School Board seat in 2004. Attack ads flew back in 2012, with Cantrell's opponents hitting her for failing to file campaign finance reports after the 2004 race. That matter was resolved with Cantrell paying less than half of what was owed. She was re-elected to the city council in 2014 with little opposition.
Then it does speak to wanting to cast that shadow over my administration.
Then in 2017, Cantrell...
Once again, she was in city council and all that shit first, and she was already a problem. Similar to who? Tiffany Henyard. This is, but I'm going to tell you though, bro. This is the outcome of black men having these political conversations and being involved in the political discourse over the last decade, and voting lock, stock, and barrel, basically following your women, following the Keishas. The first four. This Trump presidential election is the first time we done had a break because the brothers down here, we started this domestic conversation. We just started having the conversation. No, we have never on the channel told you who to vote for, what to vote. We just had the conversation around policy and told you to make up your own goddamn mind. But given the information you have and you make a goofy decision, that's on you. What up, Zeke, with the 304 super chat saying salute and I got you. That's a code for
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. And fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. And fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. And fuck all you hoes.
Yo, Detroit, where you at, man? Yo, I had a crypto segment for you the other night. We did like a full 30-minute crypto segment. If you're going to be here tomorrow, I have a crypto segment lined up for you. Salute, Detroit.
We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show. Don't go away, folks. We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show. Don't go away, folks. We got more pricey games coming up.
All right, bet. What do we got? Wait a minute. Do y'all have an X account? Yeah. If so, people can retweet the broadcast. More FBA men need to hear your pro FBA male political content. Yo, that's a fact. We do have an X account. Sure, I'm gonna drop it in the chat. Yeah, you know what though? Yeah, if y'all got Facebooks or Twitters and stuff, man, always share these streams, man. Get me some airplay, man. Yeah, if y'all got Twitter accounts, y'all can even restream these joints on your channels if you want. I'll send you restream links if you want. Where's my X? Bang, here we go. I'm about to drop it in the chat now. Yeah, share the stream on y'all, on your X's or your Facebooks or whatever. Yeah, we need eyeballs on the channel because we built for mainstream, bro. We got the look. We look sexy. You feel me? And I missed some comments too. Quiet Storm says the crazy part is these Keishas got PhDs and master's degrees. So even the quote unquote most educated are as bad as Brenda from the projects. I seen you had that from damn autocorrect, right? And I missed somebody else too. Here we go. Lord of Brooklyn says the most enrolled demographic of women constantly showing their utility. Yup, for white feminists. That's all. Then that's a whole fact, though, bro. That's a whole fact. Yeah, they are cooked, bro. They are cooked, Red Falls. Let's go.
Surprised the political establishment, putting up billboards with nothing more than her name, Latoya. She announced she was running for mayor. In a crowded field, in a race for an open seat, the California native who moved to New Orleans to attend Xavier University of Louisiana ran first in the primary. During the runoff, it came to light that Cantrell had liens placed on her property for failing to pay taxes. And
You said, are we going to talk about crypto index funds and ETFs? Yeah, we could do. Matter of fact, I think one of the last segments we did was on a crypto ETF that's out. But yeah, I'll cover up. Yeah, I'll find stuff on index funds and ETFs. I think the last one we did was David Sachs basically doing the overall. I think that one was him on CNBC interview with him laying out the administration's executive orders with regard to changes in the SEC with regard to crypto and the AI initiatives. So huge institutional changes are being made with regard to the viability of crypto banking, making it easier for the consumer, taking off penalties, et cetera, and making it far less onerous, as it were.
WDSU Investigates also broke the story on how she had used a credit card while on the council for what appeared to be personal expenses unrelated to her elected office. Cantrell only paid the money back before she qualified to run for mayor. The matter with liens in federal court was eventually resolved, and the credit card issues turned into a full-blown investigation by the state's attorney general.
We're going to do things with purpose.
The mayor's first term started off normal, and then the pandemic hit. She was reelected with little real opposition in 2021, and in her second term, Cantrell has been dogged by her travel to other countries and turnover in key departments like public works and what seems to be like a never-ending battle with the city council. But now she's facing what appears to be the biggest fight of her political life: criminal charges, federal charges for the city's first female mayor.
All right, so she's been indicted. We'll get into the charges in a moment, but this centers around a love affair, a love square. I don't think you can call it a love triangle because both were married. Both her security guard, her New Orleans Police Department security guard, and Latoya Cantrell were married at the time that this relationship between her and the security guard started. And they started using, taxpayer-funded, city-owned properties to have their tryst in. That is like the height of arrogance, right? Because as you'll see, this guy is making all kinds of money illegally, allegedly, and she's the mayor. And you're telling me you guys can't get a red roof in somewhere on the outskirts of the city? You got to use a city-owned building property to conduct your illicit affair in?
A 45.
Yo, isn't this the same story with Fannie Willis? Bro, these Keishas are text. I keep telling y'all, Keisha only got one playbook. She got one playbook with 10 plays. So when I be seeing these dudes up on panels and stuff, and they got these long back and forths with these Keishas, and I'm like, bro, did you check the playbook? We got responses to all these things. If at the point where y'all are still taking L's from these Keishas, that's y'all either being woefully ignorant or y'all enjoy it. The best thing that this lexicon in this space has done since prior to Kevin Samuels and after his passing is that we got a full lexicon with a playbook. We got rebuttals for everything, and we know all the plays. Facts, data, and statistics have been like a huge win for men in general and black men in particular. And we can chart progress and everything now. We know what the play. So as I said, if 2 years, 3 years from now, and we still seeing y'all back and forth with these Keishas around the same thing, we can just say that it's just entertainment now because y'all ain't trying to get nothing done. It's a handful of channels, pushing the conversation. Like I said, shout out to Obsidian. I said it Thursday when he was here last time. Y'all can say what y'all want about Obsidian. Y'all, he's the only person that's actually built something in the real world annually where you put a bunch of black men and many high value men in one room for a weekend. He's actually built something. He's got high quality men with skills to commit to a vision, to put something on. You got field training people. We got $10 million in salary. These are quantifiable things in the real world. Zeke say Keisha playbook, cash out, crash out, and get smashed out. Yo, that's a t-shirt too. That's a t-shirt too. Yeah, Storm gonna be there in the next thing. Speaking of which, I think we got an extra ticket. I'll talk to Storm or Saul about that. We might be able to give away a ticket because I'm in Peru, and I don't think so. I can't go to the conclave, and I believe a ticket was bought in advance. All right, let's go.
Five-page federal indictment accuses Mayor Latoya Cantrell and her former security officer Jeffrey Vappy of using his city job and her authority to bill taxpayers for his salary while on trips disguised as official work.
The reason why we have evidence is because it is supported by reality.
Prosecutors say Vappy faked timesheets and activity logs to get paid for work he didn't do, as the documents allege the mayor helped him.
This wasn't just a situation of Officer Vappy and the mayor holding hands in the back of a car on the way to an event. This is, in fact, them manufacturing trips.
Prosecutors laid out 14 trips with more than a $70,000 price tag and purse.
Says she looked like a manager at a soul food restaurant. Yo. Ooh, man.
Let's be nice. Yeah. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
No time with the mayor at a city-owned apartment, according to Rafael Goeneche with the Metropolitan Crime Commission. Because of those charges, Cantrell's future travel, personal or professional, may need approval.
Even if she doesn't have her passport taken away from her, for her to leave the jurisdiction, she's going to need the
Take her passport. Take that Keisha's passport.
Permission of the court to do so.
They try to take black men's. Whoa, that's not a good look. Take that Keisha's passport.
The indictment also alleges Cantrell withheld information and lied to investigators and the public, adding she tried to sway witness testimony and hide evidence, including not handing over key records like WhatsApp messages.
There was just so many allegations of what she did to try to hide what she was doing.
Federal documents show these charges were all connected to a romantic relationship between Cantrell and Vappy. In one piece of evidence, Cantrell sent Vappy a picture of her hand with a ring, saying, "Did you tell Blink you put a ring on it?" Prosecutors say those messages raised red flags, and when questioned, Cantrell reportedly lied to a grand jury.
All right, so look, I'm no attorney. Everything I learned about the law, I learned on Law and Order, and I can tell you right now that I think that Latoya Cantrell is cooked. Vappy is going to cooperate, okay? He's a former cop looking at real time in prison. Remember, they gave Ray Nagin, the former mayor of New Orleans, Ray Nagin spent 10 years in federal prison. I'm glad to see.
All right, Universal Black, he was ahead of the curve with that one. He was ahead of the curve. He just said it. No different from former NOLA Governor Ray Nagin. Yep, he just said it. He got 10 years in the Fed.
See that the feds are back in terms of not playing with public corruption. This is our taxpayer money. Now, Latoya Cantrell got.
I mean, I'll say she's a very handsome woman. She's very handsome.
Extremely arrogant. Maybe she always was, right? You know the type. Latoya Cantrell would have been a perfect fit as a corrupt politician or the woman you run into at motor vehicle. Okay. She's got her little position. It's her universe and you are just living in it, right? So she amassed a pretty decent amount of power in New Orleans politics. And what did she do with it? Did she try to go about improving the lot of the citizens of New Orleans, a city that is still recovering from Katrina in many ways? No, she decided to personally profit, take lavish trips. Notice with some of these, with some of these ladies, it's always the lavish trips that get them, right? Tiffany Henyard's still out there, and she's laughing all the way to the bank. I mean, you see all these charges flying around. Tiffany Henyard hasn't been hit yet, but hers was trips, right? Trips and real estate is like the corrupt politician go-to. It's in the primer, right? So Latoya had some trips that she took. She wanted Vappy to come with her, allegedly, so they could, get their groove on. And we'll see what unfolds. I put my money on Latoya becoming a prisoner. And look, Latoya, she looks like she could fit in very well in East Baltimore. Now, if you're from Maryland, you know what I mean, right? So,
Yo, he be slick this. Yo, he be slick dissing. He said she looked like she could fit in very well in Baltimore. If you're from Maryland, you know what I'm talking about. Yo, he be slick dissing. Yo, so man, come
Let's
on,
be
man.
nice. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
Oh man, that's funny as hell.
Don't piss her off, right? She looks like she might not have too rough of a time where she is going, which is a federal prison. Vappy, the cop that was bumping uglies with her, was it worth it?
Yo, that's mad funny, bro. Yo, this man. Well, like I said, she's a very handsome woman. She's a very handsome woman. That's Elaine from Seinfeld. If you know the reference, she's a very handsome woman. Saul says, with $5 super chat, he says, comparatively, she had a deal. She paid $70K, and I think Fannie paid. Yo, that's a whole fact, though. I think Fannie paid $700K and more trips. Yo, that is look at Saul with the quick math.
She got your ass.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. And fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. And fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. And fuck all you hoes.
All right, guys, we are at the 1 hour 35-minute mark. All right, let's nerd out. Let's do a piece of by the numbers. Mark over at Rasmussen has got a new data set, and he covered actually a bunch of stuff. I went through a bit of it to make sure it'd be a decent segment. And hold on, where are we at? What's going on? All right, here we go. that'd be a decent segment. So, well, we're only going to go through a piece of it because it's long. And then what I'm thinking is I'm just going to break it down. We'll pick up pieces where we left off tomorrow and Wednesday to get through it all. All right, so bet. So this one is 2028 first Republican primary numbers as the race heats up, and we go through a bunch of stuff actually. Hold on, what's my chat saying? Okay, cool. All right, y'all just talking to each other. Karen Bass was on the trip in Ghana. Yeah, when LA burnt down. All right, so let's share this. We're gonna do some by the numbers with our guy Mark over at Rasmussen, and we're not gonna get through this whole thing. We're just gonna do like a solid 20 minutes of it, and we'll pick up on this back and forth during the week because it's a long segment. He goes through a lot of stuff. Shout out to once again Kwame and Quiet Store, who voted on having this segment, and it turned out to be a brilliant idea because the more we do this, I'm like, oh, we really get good solid analysis on numbers and what's actually going on with the news narratives and what have you, and learning how to read polls. And I think we're ending up with a far better informed audience, and that translates out into the real world.
It's just chat about politics tonight. So again, I try to be really interactive, but I try to set this up so that I talk a little bit and then interact. So please, though, drop your chats. But if you want a question, you want to put a question out there, make sure you put question in front of it. I would love to have your super chats. I'd love to have people come over on YouTube and follow us there. I know alt tech is great, but YouTube has actually been a very good partner for us getting out information about election integrity, vaccine safety, and all this other stuff. And it is the best experience. We can build a better community there. I can chat with you there and nowhere else. I can see you on Rumble. I can see you on Twitter. Drop your chats, but I can't interact. And so it'd be great. I'm trying to build this all in one place because things are definitely going to heat up. I can just feel it coming, and it'll be interesting to see what the Democrats run with. But where we're going to start is with a little bit of disinformation. I guess maybe it's misinformation. I don't know. It's Harry Enton, and sometimes he's spot on when he's allowed to be, and sometimes he says some stuff where it's just. And I didn't want to spend any time at all talking about Epstein, but we're going to have to spend about 3% of our time because it is hanging over all of this stuff. And obviously, we're not going to talk about Epstein all the way to 26. But it was a major issue, and it did affect Trump's numbers, and it is a reality that we're all going to have to grapple with. But I think the theme tonight is going to be that hopefully it looks like, at least for the time being, until somebody steps in another trap, at least for the time being, that issue is kind of going away. So anyways, here is Harry Enton saying some stuff that I guess I'll try to react to.
I would say that this is, from at least a political point of view, quickly turning into a dud of a story. What am I talking about here?
Which is wild.
Which is wild.
This has been for 3 weeks.
Exactly. Take a look here. Google searches for Epstein down 89% versus just 3 weeks ago, falling through the floor. It is no longer the top term searched alongside Donald Trump's name.
That's true. But who did you hear talk about Epstein search volume? It was me.
Coming up later this week. But at this particular point, the American.
See, Mark, he was like, yeah. Who was ahead of the curve on that? That was me. I told you those search terms were going to fall. Yeah, your Mark's pretty good. He usually beats all these guys with the polls.
People's interest in this story, it's quickly becoming something of a nothing.
Yeah, it's still like twice as high as it was before, but
flying here a little bit. But has it impacted
other things have obviously gone front of mind.
Trump's popularity, favorability, anything?
No, not really. I mean, take a look here. Let's take a look at the overall numbers. Trump's approval rating in July of 2020.
So she's asking if it affected Trump's approval rating, and this is a question of timing. Obviously, right now Trump is still underwater, down from +8 where he was back in the middle of June, and so my assertion is yes, that he has affected his approval rating. But if you compare where he was in 2017 August to where he is July now, that's kind of apples and oranges, a comparison. And so I don't think it's fair to say necessarily that hasn't affected his approval rating, especially when he's comparing to August 2017, which is the lowest number we ever had for Trump because of the Russian collusion hoax. So it's a little bit of apples and oranges. But this whole thing about the search volume is a little bit of a canard. First off, search volume was very high when this whole thing was imploding because, yes, a whole lot of people cared about it. Jeffrey Epstein's search volume would not be the second highest spike in all of Google history in the month of July 2025 if people didn't care about the issue. Now, the fact that they're not searching anymore doesn't mean that it's not a thing, because people look for information and then make up their minds and then stop searching for said information. So for a public opinion professional, I just kind of wonder about the logic here. It doesn't make sense. So he's talking about approval rating now.
It was 45%. It's still well within that margin of error here at 44%. And you compare that to where
he says it hasn't gone down.
He was at 37%. So he's
the source here is Enton's aggregate. Now, I assume in the interest of transparency that somewhere Harry Enton has this recorded. I couldn't find it on his Twitter feed. But it's a selection of a lot of really garbage pollsters. And so what we see...
See, that's why we do the by the numbers with Mark. Because he's watching this in real time and you're like, oh, look at the numbers. See, is it? But he's pointing out the source. That day he's pointing out how he's getting the results and what's the data set he's using. And he's telling you, okay, I know the data set he's using, and it's a garbage data set because it's a collection of garbage polls.
Often is that when I'm moving down, Quinnipiac's moving up because they moved down 3 weeks ahead of me because they picked up a fake signal. So I think there's probably a lot of offsetting information here. But we're talking about, again, in my numbers, the Trump plunge happened starting at the beginning of July, the middle of June to the beginning of July. And so I don't think he caught it in this snapshot. I don't think he's looking at the right frame of reference to talk about Epstein, but whatever. There's no days here.
Different political universe now, significantly higher in terms of his overall approval rating than he was at this point in his first term. And more than
Russian
that,
collusion.
among Republicans, his approval rating is near a record high, hovering right at about that 90% mark. So no, he hasn't lost any of that base. And when it comes to that center of the electorate, he's basically holding on there. And his overall approval rating, 44%, is pretty gosh darn good for him, considering where he was at this point in term number one.
What do you?
Yeah, his real rating's like higher, 47, 48. But again, the CNN and aggregate is obviously going to sandbag Trump's approval. Although, interestingly, in August of 2017, Rasmussen also had Trump at 37%. So did Harry Enton's aggregate. So Harry Enton's aggregate compared to Rasmussen is harder on Trump in term 2 than it was in term 1.
What is behind it? Why there hasn't been more movement?
Yeah, why hasn't there been more movement? I think this is pretty simple. Take a
Another
look.
canard.
Top issue is the Epstein case. This is the number of respondents. This isn't the percentage of respondents. This is the number of respondents. And our last CNN poll, look at this. 0 respondents said that the Epstein case was the top issue. How about among independents? 0 independents said that. And among Republicans, and therefore overall, just a single one. So yes, they're...
Spot the logical flaw here. Does it need to be the number one issue for it to be an important issue? No. And people tell us it was an important issue because nearly 40% of people were following it very closely. Trump's numbers plunged, and a whole lot of people said that they weren't happy with the outcome. That's all I'm saying. And so for some reason, CNN is cherry picking information right now and using logical fallacies for some reason to put Epstein in the rearview mirror, which is weird to me. I'm trying to figure it out because as we knew about 2 weeks ago on Reddit, the left had absolutely no plan, period, whatsoever. So now I don't know if new talking points came out from the CIA to CNN. Hey, we're going to run with something different. Maybe it's the redistricting fight. I don't know. Maybe they're giving Gavin Newsom a chance to shine. But I had to respond to this. This is going everywhere on the internet, and it's a whole lot of fake logic and garbage.
There you go. That's another point. You see how this is why I like Mark. he's walking you through the data, and he's showing you why things are. Now, mind you, he's a Trump supporter, but since he follows the numbers, he's like, all right, well, it's cool that CNN's reported that Epstein's not a thing. He said, but my numbers say otherwise. So he's just going by the numbers. He's not painting the narrative. And he's like, okay, I don't know why they're weighing it that way. Because the number, it's not as bad as it was by them. My numbers don't say, but don't say that. Now, mind you, the CNN, this polling segment makes it, from a messaging standpoint is pro-Trump, and that's what I'm saying. The by the numbers segment, and that's why we go with Mark over at Rasmussen so much, because even though he supports Trump's policies, but then he just reads the numbers like they are, and if they don't look like they're in Trump's favor, he goes with the numbers and he explains why, and he tries to get to the bottom of things.
I don't have an agenda here other than to give you people what my opinion is of the truth, and I think he's not telling it to you. So anyways, let's look at Reddit quick to see what's going on. And what you'll see is not a lot of Epstein. It looks like it's back in R&D mode. A whole lot of random stuff. They don't really seem to be liking this stuff in DC, the National Guards and the federal agents coming in to clean up Trump plans military reaction force to use against Americans. So they're trying to go this Trump fascism route again, the Orange Hitler again. White House to vet Smithsonian exhibits to ensure they align with Trump's interpretation of U.S. history. Again, the fascist stuff, only dictators do this, obviously. White House may award big balls, same medal as Rosa Parks. That's outrage porn. U.S. hits highest layoffs since COVID, trying to counter the green shoots in the economy narrative, because we had really good consumer confidence. And also, since the last time we streamed, we had the Rasmussen unemployment number came in at 7.9%, which is obviously much higher than the 4% number, but it's down a lot from the prior month, which was middle eights, I think. And I think it ties the second lowest print that we've had for unemployment since we've been doing this almost 2 years now. So anyways, new analysis finds Trump family has raked in $3.4 billion off the presidency. Again, outrage porn. So they don't really know what to run with. And maybe I think this is maybe a function of summer, or maybe this is cyclical. I don't know. MSNBC, same kind of thing. They're all over the map. Of course, the center story is, get out of here. The center story is Trump and DC. And so they must really not like this. But yeah, they're taking swipes at Vance. Fantasies in desperate court plea to save his tariffs. But here's what the numbers are. Here's the daily snapshot. And it's back up again. It was hovering around -3, -4. How do I make this go away? He's underwater -1 now. Bad, no. Way better, again, than he was doing in August of 2017. You'd like to see better based on the wins. And so this is my point. He's not getting full credit. That's my point. Not getting full credit right now. And he's underwater 8 in the approval index, which is strong approve minus strong disapprove. He was doing a lot better. And so this is where he took his biggest hit. He lost a good chunk of strong approvers. Again, probably wasn't all Epstein, but he lost 5, 6, 7% of strong approvers. Will they come back? I don't know. You'd like to see it, but for a lot of the fall, he was underwater low single digits to basically 0. Right track down to 43, but still obviously above 40. The highest was 50%, which was a new record, best we've ever seen in 20 years. Republican approval, 83%, ticking back up. Not the 92% that Harry Enton has, because I'm not pulling from fake made-up panels. 83%. I think the recent high was 86 or 87, and strong approve of GOP is going back up. It was down at 58. It's back up to 63. Democrat approval under 20. This is new in the last 2 weeks. He had actually Democrat approval above 30 for some of the time in the first couple of months. Then it was in the high 20s. He lost the 20 handle with Democrats. That's probably more what we'd expect to see. But again, a lot of Democrats were giving him benefit of the doubt, believe it or not. I mean, not a lot, but some. And like, they're basically gone. I don't really expect to see Democrat approval of Trump to drop much below 15 if it does at all. But I don't know. That's based on the Biden administration. So I guess we'll just see. Independents, -7. That's one of the better ones. He was +6, got down to -19, back up to -7. So this stuff is moderating, coming back somewhat. He's up 4 points among white voters. There was a big white voter response bias. He was underwater with them a point or two. Black approval's down. We've had a much higher black approval. It's at 30% right now, but he's up 7 with Hispanics. So it is what it is. It's just moving around, kind of hovering there. Here is the chart. And it's updated. I think all of this stuff here is new since the last time I showed it. So right now, he's really in where Obama was in both his first term and his second term territory at this particular week, but he is diverting from Biden. Now, if you remember 4 years ago, August 12th, really this day, exactly 4 years ago, is where the Brown stuff really started to hit the fan with Afghanistan. We had major cities falling, not long until bases get attacked and bombs start blowing up in gates, all culminating in the September 2nd, very important date, which was the 4-year anniversary of the very first chanting of F. Joe Biden at a stadium. And so that's why this is important. Next couple of weeks, things can move really fast because all of Joe Biden's political capital disappeared, poof, in 2 weeks. And I'm not saying it can be bad. I'm saying it might be bad or good. I think we're going to wait and see about what people pick up on. And that's why this is so interesting. But he's nowhere near, obviously, his first term territory because literally the deep state was trying to conduct a coup and using the mainstream media as its mouthpiece. So he's doing like 15 points better than he was 8 years ago, obviously, and is starting to diverge from Biden. Biden never really fully recovered from this. And so this will, if it continues, mark Trump as a much higher approved president than Biden. There it is. And I expect it to continue. At the very least, it should follow Obama 1, Obama 2. But again, you'd like to see it. You'd like to see it higher. Now we have a different measure of success here. This is kind of like approval rating. It's something we don't always do. But
all right, bet we're gonna stop there. I told you it's a long segment, but that was good for the beginning going over there. We'll go through the rest of an additional portion of it for tomorrow's by the number segment and probably Wednesday as well. We're at the 1 hour, 53-minute mark. And gentlemen, that is my time. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for coming by, supporting the chat. I appreciate you supporting the stream. We actually have fun tonight. All right, I'm glad I went on. That being said, man, good night and good luck, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Shit, boy. Think I'm gonna be the scapegoat for the whole damn machine? Shit.
Clarence is gonna...
Shit, as far as the federal money's concerned, he's everything. The faucet, the goose.
Oh, goose.
The one that lays them golden eggs. Major crimes.
Shit. They gonna come talk to me about money laundering in West Baltimore? Shit.
Looking forward to working with you.
Shouldn't you be dead to me?
Shit. I took it easy on you, son.
High in the sky.
Shit, partner.
And it's your people up in my shit. Not no feds, not no safe people from Annapolis. It's motherfuckers from my own city. For all that profile? Shit, partner, you should be paying me a fee. Maurice Doby? For governor of my state? Shit.
So, Keisha, what's a high-value man to you?
A man that gave me 10 kids, 3 evictions, $10 on Cash App, and still pull up in a Nissan Altima that sound like it got asthma.
Are you a true fan of daring, thrilling, and captivating content? Get ready to take your entertainment to the next level with Machismo TV, the home of groundbreaking shows and exclusive behind-the-scenes access. join our Patreon page.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write.
Sorry.
Hey, where's Stewie?
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter.
There it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean, to play us out? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today, and we'll leave you with a... I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it, and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Stewie Griffin. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
Oh,